My husband wanted a divorce until he lost his job. Am I the a-hole to follow through with filing? My husband, 34 male, and I, 38 female, have been married for 6 years and together for 9. Like most couples, we've had our ups and downs, but the biggest ongoing issue in our marriage has been the way he speaks to me. Words may not leave physical bruises, but over time, the constant disrespect chips away at a person, and that's exactly what has happened to me. A year ago, I gave birth to our son. It was a huge adjustment for me, navigating postpartum recovery, caring for a newborn, balancing work, and raising my 4 children, 3 of whom are still minors. I was only 10 months postpartum when my husband started calling me fat and lazy. According to him, all I did was take care of the baby and go to work. I was still carrying baby weight, exhausted from juggling multiple responsibilities, and working a full 40-hour week. His words cut deeply, especially because he showed no empathy for everything I was shouldering. Things escalated on my birthday. Instead of celebrating, he demanded that I not leave the house that day, or he would divorce me. Ironically, I had to take my daughter to an appointment at UCLA for her teeth that morning. It wasn't even about me, just parenting responsibilities. When I came back, he didn't acknowledge me at all. He didn't say happy birthday, didn't look at me, and instead shut himself in his game room. That night, he slept in there, and he hasn't come back to our bed since. It's been 2 months. During that time, he started telling everyone he was divorcing me. He even went so far as to consult an attorney before he ever said a word to me about it. To others, he painted me as undesirable. He told me I wasn't the prize, that I was pushing 40 with 4 kids, 3 still minors, and therefore lucky that he even stayed as long as he did. According to him, he is the real prize. In his prime, making good money, and convinced that any woman would love to be in my shoes and take care of his kids. To add insult to injury, he invited his ex, the mother of one of his kids, into our home while I was out, showing me just how little respect he had left for our marriage. Fast forward to recently, he lost his job. Suddenly his attitude shifted. The man who had been tearing me down and making it clear he wanted a divorce was now being polite, talking nicer, and acting like he wanted to make things work. But by then, I had already made up my mind. His actions showed me where I stood in his life. To me, it didn't feel like he truly wanted me. It felt like I was just his safest fallback option now that he had nothing else. When I told him I was still moving forward with separating, he immediately flipped the narrative. Now he's telling his family and friends that I'm a gold digger. According to him, I'm leaving because he lost his job, not because of the months of cruelty, disrespect, and humiliation he put me through. He tells people he wanted to fix our marriage and that I'm the one giving up. But the truth is, he initiated this when he treated me like I was disposable. I don't see it as me walking away out of convenience. I see it as me following through with what he started. He showed me repeatedly that I wasn't valued, that he didn't respect me as a wife, or even as the mother of his children. Losing his job doesn't erase all of that. So am I really the a-hole for moving forward with separation after everything he put me through? Now for the top comments. He's realizing that nobody wants an unemployed jackass who verbally abuses his postpartum wife. Leave him and focus on creating a healthy life for yourself and your kids without his toxic behavior dragging you down. Exactly. He's just trying to save face now. She's already been through so much postpartum. A new baby, 4 kids, work, and his verbal abuse isn't acceptable. Leaving him is the right move for her and the kids. Wait, he brought his side piece, baby mama, to your house? Oh my god, girl. You are not the a-hole unless you stay with his class A clown. Lawyer up and get what's yours. Oh, he's spinning right now. He built up an idea in his head where he was the be-all end-all and just found out that he's just lucky. Now that he knows what he's actually worth, he wants to hold on to you, as you are better than him on his own. So narcissistic. Wow, nah, you're good. Not the a-hole. Just remember to tell everyone what a gold digger he is, and that he only wants you for security and money on your way out. 100% not the a-hole. Leave useless behind. Totally agree. He thought he was the catch, but now he's just scrambling. You're definitely not the a-hole for prioritizing yourself and your kids. Next story. Am I the a-hole for ruining my girlfriend's plans for when she goes into labor? A bit of backstory. My girlfriend is pregnant and due in September. In May, I found out she had started using nicotine pouches during her pregnancy. She had quit a year before. She promised me she would stop immediately, but a month later I found more boxes, used pouches in her bags, and a receipt showing she had bought more right after promising to quit. We fought, and she didn't take responsibility. She claimed her midwife told her it was better than her stressing during pregnancy, which a doctor friend confirmed is false. She said she would keep using them and would quit 5 weeks before the due date and tell me every time she took a pouch until then. During that period, she was taking at least 4 a day. She now claims she has quit 7 weeks before the due date, though I found some pouches afterward. I decided to trust her again. On to the issue now. Yesterday, we visited the hospital to see delivery rooms. The 7th floor has nice rooms with a view. The 1st floor is more basic but has better equipment for monitoring the baby. She wants the 7th floor. At a meeting with her midwife, I clarified whether anyone had said nicotine pouches were safe and wanted to ask about the risks associated with it. Since she had claimed to me that her midwife said it was safe, I wanted her to calm my nerves. The midwife said she has never said that and seemed genuinely shocked. Then my girlfriend said it was actually the ultrasound technician who said that. The midwife said hospital guidelines require her to deliver on the 1st floor if she has been using the pouches, so the baby can be properly monitored. The more specialized equipment for monitoring babies that are at risk is on the 1st floor. I agree, the baby's safety must come first. After this, my girlfriend started crying and blamed me, saying I ruined her birth plans. Of course, I didn't know that hospital protocol says she needs to deliver on the 1st floor if this is the case, so it's not like I did it on purpose. Also, knowing what I know now, I'd also prefer to have the baby there if it's safer. Anyway, my girlfriend is mad at me because I ruined her plans for delivering the baby. Am I the a-hole? Now for the comments before the mini update. Not the a-hole. It's not safe to use nicotine in any form during pregnancy, and she did. And she lied about it multiple times. She ruined her own birth plans with her selfishness. The baby isn't even here yet, and your girlfriend has already put her own wants and needs above the baby's safety numerous times. I hope you're seeing this. Additionally, nicotine during pregnancy can cause premature labor, low birth weights, and health complications for the baby. Yeah, she super brought this on herself. So not the a-hole, and whatever is needed for the baby is all that matters. Right? And even now, she's still breathtakingly selfish. Crying because she lost her room with a view, when they're delivering the baby on the floor that is prepared to handle any emergencies that would be caused by her selfish actions and outright lies. Even the view is more important than the child's safety? Amazing. Not the a-hole. You didn't ruin her birth plans. She ruined her birth plans by taking an addictive substance that put the baby at risk. Really shocking that she would rather have a nice view than ensure her baby is safe. She's completely irresponsible. Also, what the hell in the first place? Who is concerned with a view from their hospital room right after giving birth? Especially when weighed against better care for the baby. Some clarification and update. I see a lot of people mentioning nicotine patches, but what my girlfriend was using were nicotine pouches, snus. These aren't just for quitting smoking, though some use them that way. She's not a smoker. Nicotine pouches are very popular in Scandinavia. They're small pouches you place between the lip and gums, and they deliver very high doses of nicotine. They give a mix of pleasurable and painful sensation and can be extremely addictive. If you're unfamiliar, Google snooze to see what I mean. Here's the situation. She's been ignoring my texts and still hasn't come home. She's angry with me. I went to where she's staying now and managed to have a short conversation with her before she slammed the door in front of my face. She said things like, "I know what I did was not great," referring to using the pouches. "The baby is fine. I already quit," which she can't actually know. She used them for at least 5 to 6 months during the pregnancy. You took my today's midwife meeting hostage and villainized me. But all I did was ask a single question after the midwife asked if I had any. I said, my girlfriend told me a midwife or doctor once said it was fine for her to keep using snus. Is that actually ethical to tell a pregnant woman? The midwife today said it sounded like BS, and she doubted anyone at the hospital would encourage nicotine pouch use in pregnancy. The truth is, I do feel like my girlfriend is acting like a villain here. As harsh as that sounds, she's harming our baby and dismissing the risks, while also lying to me. Some people suggested I should track down the midwife or doctor who supposedly told her it was fine. I asked my girlfriend for the name, but she claims she doesn't remember. Then I asked if she could at least check her texts or calendar for the date or time of that appointment. Appointments are always sent out by SMS. She says she never got a message and didn't put it in her calendar, which I just don't believe. I will try and dig around, also call the hospital to see if I can find the person myself and double-check her statement. Needless to say, she's showing zero accountability. And to the people saying I made the wrong choice getting this person pregnant, yeah, I actually agree. Up until this, she's been great. This whole snooze situation is a completely new side of her I hadn't seen before. Sure, there have been a few red flags in the past, but they weren't frequent and not the giant deal-breaker type. She can definitely be stubborn, though. If I wasn't expecting a baby with her, I'd honestly leave. The lying and putting her own needs above our kid is a huge deal-breaker for me. But right now I feel like leaving would also be doing a disservice to my son. She's already given him a less than optimal start to life. But if we split and become single parents right away, then I'm also contributing to a less stable future for him. So I'm stuck in this position of feeling betrayed and angry, while also feeling like I need to at least wait and see how she is after the baby's born before making any major decisions. Next story. Am I the a-hole for telling my dad I wouldn't talk to his wife or her kids again if they divorced or he died? My parents got divorced years ago. Dad was my primary parent and I, 17 male, saw Mom on weekends. Then she moved to Florida without telling us, and we found out when I went to her place and someone else was living there. She didn't leave a forwarding address or anything, and when Dad called and texted her, she replied once, telling us to leave her alone. I was 12. The next year, my dad married his girlfriend of 3 years, and they bought a house together. All of us moved in, including her 3 kids. I was fine with that, but it wasn't like I was suddenly, a new mom or a stepmom. I know legally that's what she would be described as, but to me she was just Dad's wife. Her kids were Dad's stepkids, his wife's kids. I'm okay with them, but not close, and I don't feel anything toward them. I don't try to spend time with them unless Dad makes me. That's something that bothers Dad. He wanted me to willingly spend time with them and bond with them, and he was hoping I'd offer to babysit occasionally without being asked. He told me I should, and I told him don't call the kids my siblings and then we'll talk. That led to us discussing it, and he was annoyed I had that view of them. I explained that's just always how I saw it, the same way his wife is his wife and not my new mom or parent. He mentioned how important it would be for us to have each other in the future, and I told him if he gets divorced or dies, I wouldn't talk to his wife or her kids again. He didn't expect me to say that and kept asking, "Really? Really?" And I was like, yeah. I said I wouldn't see a reason to keep in touch, and I only have anything to do with them now because of him. His wife heard me say the last parts, and she was like, "What the heck? How dare you?" Dad went to calm her down, but I could see he didn't know what to say to me. She said that was a crappy attitude to have. Am I the a-hole? Not the a-hole. Not a single bit of this has anything to do with you, your wants, or your feelings. It has to do with your dad wanting a happy family with his wife and a babysitter for the other kids. He wants his wife to be your mom because bio mom stinks. He wants you to love everyone because then he doesn't have to deal with it if you don't. I'm sure his wife is upset because you won't just fall in line and your dad wants to make her happy. That's not on you to do. And it's not on you to take care of his stepkids, even occasionally. Because that will turn into, but they miss you. The kids want to do XYZ with you. Why won't you be a good big brother and watch them so mom and dad can have a date night? We need a break. No is a complete sentence. And you are close enough to 18 that you can tell them all to kick rocks soon, if you so choose. Everyone needs to respect your choices, even if they don't like them. Facts. Too many parents try to force that one big happy family thing without realizing it just pushes kids further away. Cruelty. This is the reality for many blended families. The adults find their partners and build a new family, but the children's sense of security and belonging gradually slips away. Not the a-hole. How dare you? What does she honestly expect? I am pretty sure you don't call her mom, nor show her that you feel any other way from what you said. Why would anyone assume that their partner's kids from a previous relationship would keep in touch with them in the event of divorce or death, unless they had a very close relationship? Even if you like to step-parent, a divorce is a divorce, unless you have an exceptionally close relationship. I have multiple ex-steps, great American family way. For the most part, I liked my step-parents, but they were my parents' current partners, and their kids were their kids. When divorces happened, it was okay. That door shut, life moves on. Your dad and his wife should be mature enough to understand how it works. You do. I blame the Brady Bunch. It set up unrealistic expectations of step-families. Last story. Am I the a-hole for telling my sister she's not on the anniversary gift for our parents after she bailed on paying her half? My sister and I had a massive fight over the phone earlier, and now I'm sitting here questioning if I've just completely ruined our relationship. It's our parents' 40th wedding anniversary next month. It's a huge deal, so I wanted to get them something really special. I found a lovely weekend getaway for them at a hotel and spa in the Cotswolds that they've always wanted to go to. It was about £600 for the whole package. I messaged my younger sister Sarah with a link to the hotel and the price. Her exact text back was, "OMG, yes, that's a perfect idea. I'm totally in for half." So great. I thought we were on the same page. I'm generally the more organized one, so I went ahead, booked it to get a good rate, and paid the full amount on my credit card. I sent her the booking confirmation and said her half was £300 whenever she was ready. That was 3 weeks ago. I've sent her a couple of polite reminders since then and just got vague excuses like, "So sorry, been a mad week," and "We'll sort it on payday, promise." The anniversary is getting pretty close now and I needed to pay off the credit card bill. I called her this afternoon to properly ask what was going on. She was really evasive at first and then finally admitted that she can't really swing the full £300 right now. She said she thought I was just spitballing ideas and didn't think I'd go and book it without checking with her again. She then offered to chip in £50 or maybe £100 towards it. I was so angry. I told her that wasn't the deal she agreed to in her text. I said I'm not going to be left holding the bag for a gift she committed to. This is where I think I might be the a-hole. I got really heated and said, "Fine, if you can't pay your half, then the gift is just for me. I'll write the card, it'll have my name on it, and you can get them your own £50 gift." She completely lost it. She was crying and yelling that I'm a materialistic a-hole who cares more about money than family, and that I was threatening to make her look like a bad daughter to our parents. She said I always do this and wave my better job in her face. She hung up on me and now I feel sick to my stomach. On one hand, she bailed on a clear agreement and left me £300 out of pocket. On the other, I basically threatened to exclude her from our parents' 40th anniversary gift over money. It feels really ugly. Am I the a-hole? Not the a-hole. Don't put her name on the gift she had no part in putting together. You paid for it. You take the credit for it. Agree. OP thought of the idea, researched it, found it, put it together, and paid for it. Sister did nothing. It isn't sister's gift to give, all or in part. Okay, I did this for years. Mom's 50th birthday. I bought decorations, decorated my house, bought cake, did food, lots of it, bought the gift. My sister turned up 10 minutes before, didn't contribute to anything. Christmases were the same for my mom and other dad, stepdad. It was constant, but every time they thanked both of us, as her name was always on everything. One Christmas, I couldn't find anything for our first dad. Asked if I could split hers and pay half. Her reaction was no. I never ever bought a present between us again. You are not the a-hole. Don't let yourself get taken advantage of or guilt-tripped. You sat and thought about what to get them, included her, did all of the hard work, and she can't be bothered to pay? Give the gift from you.